What are the four factors that are responsible for normal sexual functioning? We need to know about these factors because abnormality in any of them can lead to sexual disorders or sexual problems. I am Dr. Praveen Tripathi. I am a consultant psychiatrist and sexual disorders specialist. So when you talk about the factors that determine normal sexual functioning, the first one that we talk about is the vascular factor. Now when you talk about vascular factors, basically we are talking about the factors that ensure that the blood flow is normal to the penis. Now erection, the tightening of penis which is required for a normal sexual functioning, it depends upon two things. The first is there should be a normal inflow of blood into the penis, and secondly there should be no outflow of blood from the penis to the body during the erection. So basically what happens is blood flow comes in and it is not able to go out because the veins get blocked, they get compressed. Now anything that disturbs this normal blood inflow or that results in increased or excessive blood leakage would lead to erectile problems. So what are the factors that can cause disturbances in the blood inflow? There are many factors. In fact there is a problem called as atherosclerosis. So in layman terms, you can understand it as say there is a blood vessel. If something gets deposited on the inner wall of the blood vessel, what will happen? The lumen of the blood vessel will become narrower, and if the lumen of the blood vessel becomes narrower, the amount of blood that can pass through it would also decrease. And if the blood that can pass through the vessel gets decreased, the blood that can enter the penis also gets decreased, leading to poor erection. So what are the factors that can lead to this atherosclerosis? Now high blood pressure, which has not been managed and continuing for many years, is one of the important factors. Diabetes, uncontrolled diabetes for many years, is another factor. Obesity, lack of exercise, and very importantly smoking. All these factors can cause decrease in the lumen of blood vessel by the phenomenon of atherosclerosis. That is why we say to have a good sexual health, you must have a good physical health. You must exercise, you must not be having hypertension or diabetes, or if you have one of those, it must be controlled, and definitely you should not smoke. In fact, nowadays the research is saying that if somebody is developing erectile dysfunction, it might be the first sign of onset of a cardiovascular disorder. There might be something going on with the heart of the person, and development of erectile dysfunction might be the first sign of it. So vascular factors are extremely important for normal sexual functioning, and any of such problems can lead to erectile dysfunction. Apart from these, there are neurological factors. Now nerves kind of control everything that happens in the body, and erection is no exception to that. Erection, especially the reflex erection, which happens in response to touch. Touching the genitals can lead to erection via the mechanism of reflex erection. Anything that disturbs the nerve functioning can contribute to erectile dysfunction. For example, diabetes. Again, if somebody is having diabetes for a long period of time, that can lead to neurological dysfunction, further leading to erectile dysfunction. Smoking can again have an impact on the nerve functioning. Apart from the vascular factor and the neurological factor, the third important factor is hormonal factor. Now, in hormones, the most important is of course serum testosterone, although there are many other hormones that also play a role. So serum testosterone must be normal. We have seen that people who have deficiency of testosterone or the levels of testosterone are lower than normal, they may present with lack of libido, which means lack of desire for sex, and erectile problems also. And the fourth and probably the most important in many cases is what we call as psychological factor. So psychological factors are extremely important. Reason being, a person may have good blood flow, may have a good neurological functioning, may have good hormonal levels, but if the person becomes anxious at the time of intercourse, he would experience sexual issues. And the simple reason is most of this sexual functioning, most of this sequence of events that lead to proper sexual functioning, it gets triggered with the release of nitric oxide in penis. And this nitric oxide is the chemical that increases the blood flow into the penis, which in turn leads to erection. Now this nitric oxide depends upon the excitement level of the person. If a person is sexually excited, there would be release of nitric oxide in the penis. If a person on the other hand is anxious, the levels of nitric oxide would fall in the penis. So nitric oxide and the psychological state of mind is extremely important for all other things to come together and result in a normal sexual functioning. Now we need to know about these things because there are a lot of myths about the genesis of sexual problems or the origin of sexual problems. We need to know about normal sexual functioning before we can understand abnormal sexual functioning and its treatment. So friends, this platform Sexual Solves has been created for the sole purpose of disseminating the medical information, the correct information about sexual problems and their treatment. And if you like our content, you can definitely join us. Thank you.